Hello everybody. I've been having some problems with my Sprinter for quite a long time. I have a T1N 2005 Mercedes-Benz, well actually Dodge Sprinter, but you know how that goes. I found this DARF mod made by Dr. A, and I noticed online there's really no videos thoroughly explaining from start to end how to do this. I've taken out the valve body a couple times because I've been trying to remedy this for quite a long time, and I just haven't had any luck. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to use. I'm going to use a clean catch pan. I got a funnel with a narrow end to be able to fit into the transmission fill tube, and I have a drill bit set that is actually kind of important because a lot of forums will mention that you need a mini chucked in order to perform this job with such a small bit. The bit that is suggested by Dr. A for the one that fixes most of the rumble strip noise is a 55. So I noticed that I was able to find this set on Amazon and it wasn't too expensive, and this actually eliminates the need for a micro chuck, and this has a number 55 drill bit in it. So this is what we're going to be using today. I had to buy a set, couldn't buy the only one, but honestly it was only like 10 bucks, so you know, it's not a big deal, especially when you're fixing something as major as this. And then I got some metric hex. This is my tribute to the Sprinter community, and I appreciate all you guys and all your help within my fixes, and I hope this helps your fix in the future. All right, we're gonna go to the driver's side or whatever side. I'm gonna locate this pan. We're gonna undo that plug and be able to drain out all the transmission fluid into that pan. Make sure the pan is clean because we are reusing this fluid. And voila, draining. Okay, then the next thing that we're gonna do is we're going to take out, there's 6 holders of the pan. 1, 2, I already took it out. 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry about the camera angle. You get the idea. And then also make sure that you keep track of what location they're from. They are actually specific to the slot. So we're gonna take those out. There's gonna be some residual transmission fluid in this pan still, and you're gonna wanna make sure that when it does finally drop, you drop this edge over a pan, or this edge over the pan, whichever one you let go first. Make sure you do these 2 and then slowly lower it to be able to drain it out before you end up doing the last 2. All right, we have the pan off, and now we're looking at the valve body. Keep the pan under there. There's gonna be a lot of drippies, and you can actually access the plate just like this. And what we're going to do is we're going to focus on this area right here. This is the TCC valve body solenoid area, and yeah, we're going to take off that plate and leave the valve body on the transmission. Be careful when you take it off. There's going to be a lot of springs behind there. You know, don't like fling it off, and you want to loosen each one of these equally so it all goes back in one unit. All right, and we're down here, and it is going to be in between these holes right here. You can see the pattern, and you're going to want to take a center punch and punch a middle spot of that circle right there. That way your drill bit doesn't drift when you're going down on the metal. It's very important that this is in the center. It doesn't need to be completely straight through the metal because the metal is so thin, it's not going to make a difference. Just make sure that you have the hole in the center, and use a punch for that. You can get them like $5 off of Amazon. So after you are done, you will have something that looks exactly like this. And this is the mini drill bit that I have. Do not attempt to bore out the hole. You will make that hole bigger than it is supposed to be. Go straight through. You will notice there are burrs. Make sure you go through on the inside portion, the portion that is flush against the valve body and going down. That will make it so that any burrs that are created within making this hole are on the outside, not flush against the valve body and hitting against that cylinder. Now, if I could explain that, I think I explained that pretty simply, but yeah, if you have any questions, hit the comments and then I'll try and explain it a little bit more. But yeah, you'll have a little bit of a burr on this, and that's okay. So don't freak out. Don't take a file and try and file it down, because you might actually screw up the diameter of that hole and close it out if you take a file, and you need to be careful, because the diameter of this hole is the most important part of this entire fix. So just be careful of that. Yep. And we're gonna put this back on. All right, we got hood up, and we're actually about to take this funnel. We're gonna shove it in there. It'll hold and just kind of sit there. And then we're going to very carefully take the rest of our fluid that drained in there and pour it back into the transmission through this funnel. And then after that, you want to seal that little hole back up with a little seal. If you don't, it's fine. I lost mine, so I just duct tape it, and it works just fine, because it's not pressurized within that chamber. It's just a hole. And after that, you want to check the level. You should have a dipstick that you bought online, and then properly figure out the level, make sure the level's good, go through that whole process. But I'm not here for that. I'm just here. And then after that, you're all set. It's all done.